This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Wow. You know, I'm going to be honest.
I mean, for the first time on this podcast ever.
I am happy to be drinking something that doesn't have alcohol in it.
Oh, man. That's my day yesterday.
Wow.
Turns out the body needs water.
Yes. Yesterday was the first day I'd taken, and it's not like I don't randomly take a day off here or there, but you guys know I like to drink. Yeah. Is the fact that it was chipping home, us having fun, compounded with then going on tour, compounded with coming back and having, I was a dried out piece of coral.
Oh, same. I feel like I finally got some rest yesterday. I didn't get back.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, thanks. And it turns out I needed it because I was just walking around with so much anxiety because I stayed in Florida a little bit longer to hang out with Elliot's family.
So much to talk about.
And I didn't get back. My travel day back from Florida was 14 hours. I didn't get home until Sunday night at 2 a.m.
Wait, did you have layovers or did you have delays?
I had both. Yeah, I know.
What are you thinking? You gotta get that direct, baby.
And there's no direct from Sarasota to Los Angeles, so you have to take a layover. And it's like Florida won't let you leave when you're down there. They really just hold on to the tail of that plane and don't let you get to Atlanta to make your flight, so you get bumped to the next flight in Atlanta, which was 4 hours later.
No.
Yeah, it was quite a journey. Yeah, so I got home at 2 a.m. Sunday night, then woke up at 8 to go get Goose from boarding.
Damn.
And so yesterday I was just
Zombie.
at home alone. I know I pick up Elliot from the airport tonight. But that said, turned out my body just needed water and soup all day yesterday. And that's all I did.
Yeah, soup is a great hydrating source.
It's like water with salt in it.
It's like food with water.
Yeah, either or.
It's just food in a flavor pool. And you know me, we're the same way. When I'm hungover, I crave pho.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I got some wonton soup. I got also a chicken noodle soup. I gave myself a variety of soup.
Did you get delivery multiple soups?
Yes, I did.
That is a bold move on a Monday. They said this girl is struggling.
And she doesn't know how to self-care? Yeah, right. It was great.
Oh, man, that sounds perfect.
Yeah, I just needed to, I'm very introverted. I realized how, we went from show to airports to hanging out.
Literally just show to show. I love that. I look at other comics and people's
that
tour
do it
dates.
crazy.
And I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind?
Well, that's what I realized, that I just need so much more recovery time.
Yes.
I need to just be by myself watching mindless television for a couple hours and reset everything.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It was a go scenario. And, when we're doing that, it's like, yeah, I can have a drink at 1. Who cares? We're having fun. Yeah. We're doing our thing. But by the time I got back here, and we had a lot of stuff we did this weekend. I'll get into it. But by Monday, Chip and I woke up and we looked at each other and we were like, we can't today. We were like, he woke up and the first thing he said is, I'm exhausted.
Yeah, that's how I felt when I was in Florida with Elliot and we were seeing his parents, and I was like, I'm gonna be on, but I feel off right now.
Felt like one of those, those little souvenir towels that look really little, or shirts, and then you add water and then they expand. That was me.
Yeah.
I wasn't little, but I was shriveled and all that jazz. Well, how was Florida?
Florida was very chill. I mean, we didn't do much. It was just spending time with family. And we stayed in an Airbnb that was in this Amish section of Sarasota.
What?
Yeah, which exists.
Really?
And so, yeah,
are we talking buggies?
Yeah, everyone.
Wait, what?
Not buggies, wagons, little pull wagons that everyone was walking around with, and it was just the surreality of the awesomeness of shows and all of that, and then to be in Florida and then to be staying in that neighborhood was just pile it on. My sense of groundedness and reality is off right now.
2 things.
Yeah.
Did you say surreality?
So, what's the idea of surreal?
I don't know, but the surrealism.
This,
Is surreality a word? No, I wasn't saying to call you out. I was saying this sounds like something you just learned in school, and I want to use that word.
Yeah, surreality is the characteristic of being extremely disorienting and bizarre. That was
surreality. That's our next podcast.
I know. Or a great like cereal brand.
Surreality TV. Okay, that, and also, was it like full beards? Like bonnets?
A little bit, but it was just like here and there. It's not like you, just a couple people walking on the street every now and then that you were like, because it was also just mixed into like a regular neighborhood too.
Interesting that the Amish would want to be in the city. Where I'm from in North Carolina, I feel like there's a tiny little pocket like out in the country where there's an Amish store, and so since there's an Amish store, I'm assuming there's an Amish community.
There's Amish country in like Pennsylvania, which is really close to like where some of my family lived.
Pennsylvania is the fucking hot spot for Amish.
So I kind of grew up like seeing that when I would visit my family anyway, so it didn't feel that bizarre, I guess.
It was so random where we were in North Carolina, because to me it is like fully Pennsylvania is the Rumspringa, like the surreality TV program. But I just remember occasionally it'd be like, do you want to ride out to the Amish store? They've got great cheese. And I remember that's what was always said, is like the Amish store, they got good cheese. Well, I'm like, okay.
There was like a market and a restaurant there. When we told Elliot's parents that's where our Airbnb was, they're like, there's a great restaurant right there. It's always packed.
Amish restaurant?
I guess so.
What is Amish cuisine?
But I don't.
I'm gonna look it up.
We didn't stay, or we didn't go to the restaurant, but it was just interesting to see Amish people in Florida. You know, a very
interesting.
Yeah, a little pocket right there.
It's mainly consists of potatoes. Makes sense. Noodles, meat. I mean,
like
these
my
are just
primary cuisine.
Yeah, it says what is different about. It's very home style cooking with family style. Okay, none of this is new information. But they do like chicken corn soup, butter noodles, cabbage rolls. I mean, all of this sounds hearty. You can raise a barn.
Yeah.
You can
fortified. Make your own clothes kind of thing.
Speaking of cooking though.
Yeah.
So I got a call from our rental house people on, I don't know, I think Friday.
Okay.
And they were all concerned because they were like, your oven isn't turning off.
And we've had turning off?
Off.
Okay. We've had an issue with some appliances.
Like these appliances are haunted. But I was like, something's got to be fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like, someone hit like lock or whatever. Like it's not just like running rampant. But since we have such a high tech oven, they were like, can you turn it off from your phone? And I was like, no, because we technically could.
Yeah, because guys, if you guys don't know this, ovens now come with like Wi-Fi that you can operate remotely, which I thought that was really stupid until maybe a problem like this. And now I see the issue.
Yes. And so what's so crazy is I was like, oh no, is this a thing that commonly happens? Like our fridge,
right?
It would be like, oh, if you look up this model and ice maker, like you're fucked, you know?
Yeah.
So I kept looking it up and like, oven, why won't it turn off? And I saw nothing of it. But so then I downloaded the manual and I start going through, and I didn't realize, this is a cool feature.
Okay.
Is that they have a Sabbath feature for people, for Jewish Sabbath, when you like can't use electricity.
Whoa.
So you can preset it so that like it'll come on and off, so technically you haven't turned it on or off, and you can actually like cook.
Oh,
if you're practicing, Sabbath, you don't use electricity, but like I think it's like you can't turn things on and off, but you can use it if it's already.
I thought that it would turn itself off, so you can't be tempted to use.
It might be that too. It might be that too. But like,
wow.
I was like, I've never seen that.
Wow.
It's amazing how like technology is lining up with like religious sects and things.
Technology is very inclusive now.
Very inclusive. I wonder if there's an Amish oven.
It also does make me nervous that technology is going to replace any human need to do anything ourselves.
Grace has gotten stoned immediately and knows that we're going to lose. We're going to lose this battle.
Yeah, it's all interesting. But Florida was great.
Good.
And it, of course, my flight out, like the start of it, at the security at the airport, the whole time I had no issue with any of the travels and any of my security. And of course, the way home, when my bag is the most a mess, it gets pulled to the side to be opened. And this
because of audio equipment.
Yeah, he like I could see on the screen what was like highlighted that he was going to search.
I see that, and it's always my magic wand.
Well, that's what this looked like. Technically, I was like, it's a podcast mic and some equipment in there, and he was like, okay, I just got to look at it, and my bag was packed tight.
God. Oh God.
He opened it to a bunch of random tiny plastic hands, a raccoon mask, a gritty mask, an ET head.
Where was the ET head from?
I brought all of these props in case we wanted to use them in the show, and they never got used, so I just shoved them in on top to provide some padding for the podcast equipment itself. And then he pulled out my mic, which was just wrapped around a pair of panties. And I was like,
God.
This is so much immediately. Okay. And he like looked at it. He's like, yeah, you're fine. And then he like couldn't get the bag zipped up again.
No. And a tiny little hand is sticking out of the zipper.
I was like, I'll do it. Don't worry. And he just like ran away.
Oh God.
But it's also Florida airport. They must see the wildest.
Yeah,
things.
but it's just the worst. Like when we were at sound check at our Tampa show.
Yeah.
Which our hotel was only like 2 blocks away. I realized I forgot the posters.
Yeah.
And Elliot needed to get a key to go to my room to get them. Yeah. And I was like mortified. I was mortified they were just going to be like I knew I didn't leave my room like totally.
Yeah.
I didn't have like a coat rack with dirty underwear on them.
Yeah,
but still.
Like, there's just like blood all over everything.
I didn't say like, well, done with this tampon. Woo, 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 I just throw it across the room. But still, when you're like, bestie's boyfriend is going and has to like go into your suitcase to get something.
Yeah.
Because on short trips like that, I'm like, I'm not even trying to like stay organized.
Oh,
like I'll
same.
just throw dirty in with clean.
Same. I just realized
let them hang out.
I was riding high on no one going through my bag multiple times at airports, and I was like, third time will be a charm, and it was charming.
Very, very charming. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. So you can skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and also affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. It's all about convenience with HelloFresh. So not only do the ingredients come pre-portioned, so you're never going to put too much of this, too much of that, or you're going to be like, now I just have so much cabbage and I'm wasting it all. It's easier than ever to get filling meals on the table in a snap with options like family friendly or quick and easy or vegetarian. HelloFresh chefs really know how to diversify the menu with seasonal recipes too, like salmon limon and pasta primavera. They are always mixing it up, and there's always 50 different weekly options. I'm getting excited that HelloFresh is getting into the plant-based protein game, y'all. You know I love a fake meat, and next week I am trying their plant-based protein and poblano flautas. Y'all, I'm so excited. It is going to be delicious. So if you'd like to give it a shot, go to HelloFresh.com/TMGW16 and use code TMGW16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh.com/TMGW16 and use promo code TMGW16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That is crazy. Go get it. It's America's #1 meal kit for a reason.
It doesn't matter how soft or firm a mattress topper is or how heavy a blanket is. There's only one thing you need to get a good night's sleep, and that's simply a good mattress. If your mattress sucks, your sleep is going to, guess what, suck. So the only thing you need for a great night's sleep, a purple mattress. Why not? Only purple mattresses have the Gel Flex Grid. It's a super stretchy, ultra squishy material that adapts and flexes around pressure points and doesn't retain heat. Where all my night sweaties at? I heard you. It sounded a little moist, but I heard you. It's amazingly supportive and cushioning in all the right places, no matter how you sleep. I was just on the road, as you've heard many times in this episode, and the most incredible thing was coming back to the purple mattress that I've upgraded to over the last couple months in my house. Oh my God, I missed it so much. So, as you have heard, getting a great night's sleep starts with having a great mattress. Get a purple mattress. Go to purple.com/TMGW10 and use code TMGW10 for a limited time. You can get 10% off any order of $200 or more. That's purple.com/TMGW10. Code TMGW10 for 10% off any order of $200 or more. One more time, purple.com/TMGW10. Promo code TMGW10. Terms apply.
Did I tell you about the dad when I was in the airport lounge headed to Atlanta, and you had to take a later flight.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I'm, having my second mimosa. It's 1 p.m. or something. I'm about to get on this flight and write.
Yeah.
And like, I love that little pre-plane buzz. And I just hear this like group of like, the two kids are probably like 18, right?
Okay.
And their dad. And the kid just goes, is everything in here just free?
Oh, in the lounge?
In the lounge.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, yeah, like help yourself to some stuff. And he goes, oh, damn. And they have like a bar. And the dad goes, see if they'll serve you. And I went, and I immediately was listening.
Ears perk up.
And he was like, what? And he was like, just go up there. Say you forgot your ID. And in my head, I'm like, forgot your ID to the airport?
Yeah, if you open with that. Oh, yeah, to the airport. Yeah.
Like the place you need an ID?
That you would have been stopped about 4 different checkpoints
Yes,
ago. Yeah.
I almost turned around and was like, that's not the lie.
Yeah, that's not the right one.
What are you? Well, you're setting your son up for failure. But it was so funny. The kid was just like, I'm going to get something to eat. And he was like, all right, but like, just give it a shot. And I was like, who is this dad?
Wow.
Who's trying to get, he was just like,
Wow.
listen, I paid the fee to get you in here. You're having a bourbon.
Yeah. Today's the day. I don't care.
Oh my God. I tell you what, I have had a whirlwind.
I bet. I saw little bits and pieces of your story, and I was so haggard and tired in Florida that I couldn't believe you weren't doing anything other than just laying down when you got home.
I got home. I had a 7 a.m. flight.
I know, that's crazy. I woke up with anxiety hoping that you made your flight.
I made my flight, which was crazy because I've never seen. Sorry, guys, this is the airport episode. I've never seen a check-in line as long as Tampa. That at 7 a.m. I was there at 6. I've never seen a line that long in my entire life of traveling.
Wow, really?
I'm talking like 250 people deep to check their bags.
Oh my God.
Like everyone was fucked.
Yeah.
Everyone must have missed their flight. I just don't even understand how you have that many flights and 2 people check. Luckily, I was in like the priority line.
Yeah.
But that was still like 40 deep.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. I'd never seen it. But anyway, I came back and landed at like 9. Chip picked me up because he was hanging out on the west side with his friends. And then I could tell they were going out drinking.
Yeah.
And like karaokeing. And he was like, what time's your flight? I was like, I landed like 9:30. He was like, oh, well then I'll just crash over here and pick you up in the morning. I was like, yeah, someone drove and should have taken an Uber.
Yeah.
I came back here, put on my pajamas.
Yeah.
And got on the couch and did not move again.
Good.
Like from 11 a.m. on.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's why I feel like I finally got to do that yesterday, which is
best.
crazy. But shows were fantastic.
Shows were so much fun.
Thank you to everyone that came out.
People were wild. We had people coming in the wigs that we wore to Katy Perry.
Oh my goodness.
We had shirts with beans on it. It was all over the place.
We had a story about a girl's second time in jail.
Yeah, it was just a good time, and we still have a couple more shows. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah.
I came back, didn't move Friday. But then Saturday, we went to the Academy Museum.
Okay.
It's beside
like the Academy
like
of
the
Entertainment?
Yeah, like the
movie,
Academy.
TV?
Oscars.
Okay.
Yeah, the Academy Museum. And I had never been before.
Why did you wanted to go to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I guess it sounds cool. I have no interest in that. So I'm just like, cool.
No. You would have thought it was cool because it was, we went because a specific exhibit for Miyazaki, who like is all the Japanese, like Spirited Away and like all those movies. And so there was an exhibit that's been there for a year and it's closing soon.
Oh.
So we went for that exhibit and just expecting to do that and kind of peace out. And it's cool because they have a bar that all the drinks are movies themed.
Fun.
And like normally they're like classic movies, but then this time they were still on their Oscar one. So they had a drink list that they had every Best Picture nomination.
Oh,
so
fun.
like Chip had A Power of a Dog and I had Dune. And it was amazing.
How was the Dune?
Dune was great because they did this crazy thing. It wasn't even on the menu. It was like a delicious purple tequila drink.
Yeah.
But then they made like purple lilac botanical foam.
Whoa.
And like, this is earlier, I didn't see this, sprayed it, froze it, then put gold leaf on top. So when they gave you your drink, you had basically like a chunk of like purple, what looked like dust.
Wow. Yeah,
like you're in Dune.
Yeah. Like you're eating the mount or the hills or the desert that they're in.
It was wild.
Cool.
It was blowing my mind. But so we saw the exhibit and it was great. But then we walked through the stuff they always have there.
Okay. What?
E.T. was there.
Wonderful.
R2D2, C3PO. There was like all the ruby red slippers from Wizard of Oz
fun.
and the witch's hat. Like they had a whole Wizard of Oz room.
Cool.
You learn about it. I didn't know that it was edited by a woman. I don't know why I'd know that, but that was cool.
Cool.
And they just had like all these really famous costumes and like, you know, Schwarzenegger's head from Terminator. And it was amazing.
That sounds great.
So we did that.
Nice. I feel like you just got back from camp and you're telling me everything that you did. So the first day we went to the museum.
I mean, there aren't really big stories to tell, but I still got to tell you what's going on in my life. So then I had gotten Chip. The reason why the weekend was so packed is originally he wasn't supposed to be home these last couple weeks. They were on hiatus. So I was like, we're going to see each other for only 2 days this month. Let's plan some fun shit, you know? But so anyway, I got us tickets to this event downtown that was in honor of Daft Punk, which is his favorite band, and he has the tattoos. And it's this place called the Wisdom, which I'd been before, but it's basically like, I don't know, like big circle tent, like planetariums.
Ooh, I love it already.
Right?
Yeah.
And so what it was is they had like a stack of lights and speakers, and 2 guys came out as Daft Punk, which was kind of corny, but it was fun.
Yeah.
And then they just had this projection light show.
Cool.
That was like trippy as fuck.
That sounds very cool.
It was very cool. Truly seltzers were $10 a pop, but I got real stoned.
Yeah, that's the place to get stoned.
I was like immediately regretted that I wasn't on drugs because we're there and we're looking up and it's so trippy. And you can see most of it's like people who just like love Daft Punk and they're like just excited to feel that nostalgia. And then I just hear, wee! And I look back and there is a girl being held by another girl like she's at the front of the Titanic, just tripping her dick off, screaming into the air. Just I'm like, I was like, oh no, baby's first acid. Like I mean, fully an inch behind us.
She was meeting God for the first time. Good for her.
It was crazy, but it was really fun and we danced and like the light show was cool.
That sounds awesome.
My neck hurt the next morning.
Just looking up the whole time. I know, this is
for like 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, maybe it'll help balance out the looking down at phones constantly.
Tech neck, baby. Whew. Tech neck. If you come to the show, you'll hear me do a bit about tech neck. It's too much. And then the next day we went to go see wrestling.
How was that? I haven't seen wrestling in person in so long.
I know. It was like a first for way back. It was New Japan. And so like, remember when I got like super wasted in Tokyo with the wrestlers?
Yeah. And you get, late night.
Stayed up till 7 a.m. Jay White, who's like the best bad guy, and our other friend Rocky. So it was like New Japan versus LA wrestlers.
Okay.
And it was at this like smaller venue. So we were seated. There were only like we were second row.
Yeah, your Instagram story looked like you were, getting in the ring.
Yes. And I felt it. But so we were already I was so tired. And it started at 4
p.m. Okay.
4 p.m.
And you that's late? Early?
No, early.
Okay.
No, because we just went to the Daft Punk thing the night before and stayed up and like went and got nightcaps. So I was like, getting up and being like, so we're starting to drink again in 4 hours. And then I was like, just tequila rocks for me. And then by the time we get home that night, we're like, so we each had 10 liquors?
Yeah.
So needless to say, I've been saunaing and Pilatesing and eating vegetables.
Nice.
Because that'll negate a week of partying.
I know. That's how I feel too. Because like Elliot and I hung out with parents, but like the same kind of energy that you and Chip have, that like as soon as we got back to the Airbnb just ourselves, we just kept drinking even though we were exhausted and watching like the new crazy Hillsong documentary and then staying up until Hillsong's like that crazy mega church situation.
Oh God.
I highly recommend this documentary. Don't want to get super into it.
Is it episodes or is it like
3 episodes, I think? And we had watched one before I left LA. And so I think I told a bunch of people at our meet and greets about it.
Y'all, by the time we see you at meet and greets, we are so delirious and lightly buzzed on booze that we will I'll sit down and just hear about your whole family tree.
Yeah, I will do a podcast episode with each and every one of you.
And I have to stop her.
I know, but we were so jazzed. Like, it's such a fascinating documentary, and so we just got so excited to go back. So we stayed up till like 1, 2 a.m. and then just like drinking and watching and getting mad and talking about this documentary and then had to like wake up in the morning and see his parents. And I was like, why did we do that?
Listen,
we treat every time we see each other like a sleepover and our parents are out of town.
I think that's a really romantic thing to say.
I think it's really
But same,
so great,
me and Chip are like, oh, like we just got comfortable and started dating and are about to get drunk together. It's like, motherfucker, I'm going to see you the next 10 days.
I know.
Why do we do this? That was a really sweet thing you said. But also, I got to meet Elliot's family.
Yeah, they loved the show. They came to the show. They loved it. Yeah, they love you. His dad made a joke. He's like, I looked through everything in Mamrie's bag before we got there. He went with that, but he didn't. And I was like, you did? No. But they had a great time. It was very sweet.
Well, good to hear.
Yeah.
I have to talk about this. Britney Spears is pregnant.
Yeah, you texted me yesterday. I was, half of a human trying to do my school stuff yesterday, and you texted me that, and I was like, what?
I know. Well, she now has like autonomy over her own body. So like fucking good for her. I'm excited for her. And they seem really in love. But what's so funny is she put up a post and in classic Brit fashion, she just takes like random photos of like porcelain.
Right. But she does credit them to the person that took it or owns the photo.
Oh man, I appreciate the credit goes to, because that's huge. One time she put up Kelly Oxford.
Oh,
like do it like and it was like a meme of her doing yoga and trying not to fart or something. She was like, what is happening? Britney Spears reposted me. But she put up a post today, which was a classic modeling post, because the announcement was like a pink cup of tea.
It's a pink cup of tea, and the whole caption was talking about food baby while she was on, that you told me in like the middle of the day yesterday. I looked at it.
I immediately texted you.
Was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Then I had to go back and do hours of schoolwork. And then I was going to bed last night. I took a melatonin at like 8 p.m. and I woke up and was like, let me look at that post again. And I looked at it again and I was like, this could be not a baby announcement.
No.
I was looking at comments of people just being like, Britt, is this a pregnancy announcement, or are you making a joke about an actual food baby?
Because what is the teacup? What is, of all things, like she'll always post like, a little black and white photo of a kid dressed up as an adult from the 20s.
Yeah.
But like nothing like that. Just hot tea. Maybe a show. She's not drinking.
Maybe it was her tea that she was spilling.
Oh my God. I didn't even think of that.
Way more poetic about all of this than we're giving her credit for.
Wow.
But
that's amazing.
I was like going through all the comments because I was like, has this been confirmed?
It's confirmed. She put up another post
today,
and she's doing her like, I better model my clothes before I start showing. But and like, it's like, something different for you, Britt. No, but I love her.
I love it.
She was doing it before I started showing, but I just thought it was so funny that she edited the video to Ace of Base, All That She Wants Is Another Baby, because that song is actually about a woman who like comes and fucks you and then leaves in the middle of the night.
Is it really?
Yeah. And I was thinking about how I used to sing the shit out of that
Me too.
loudly in 4th grade to my dad.
I feel like we listened to it in like gym class doing like gym show stuff.
No, it's all that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, boy. All that she wants.
Yeah.
And then it's like, she's the hunter, you're the fox.
That's what it says.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I looked up the lyrics. It's basically being like, look, she's going to come in. Get your sperm and roll, baby.
Wow.
Yeah.
They made a song about that specific topic at that time. Okay.
And that's what Britney chose.
I haven't looked at the caption of what it is. I just scrolled through it a little while ago. I didn't get to really check in on it, but
oh my goodness.
good for her.
Good for her. I just thought it was so funny to think of small me just singing that really hardcore.
Yeah, that's like I remember singing like Red Red Wine in 4th grade and just being like, yeah.
I used to sing Cream by Prince, which is literally cream, get on top. Cream, don't you stop. It's about just vaginas.
What's that song, Peaches?
By
Millions
Presidents?
of Peaches.
Yeah.
What's that song
I
about?
got that on vinyl right now.
What's that song about?
Nothing.
I remember in 6th grade though, there was a bunch of us that really were singing that song on a field trip one time, and now
Millions of peaches, peaches for me.
Yeah.
Well, I
now I
will have
wonder
to listen to it. Chip in Record of the Month Club, he got me that record because he loved it, and I can see him being like the exact age that hit because it was so silly. It was like she's lump, all those songs. But I remember when I was younger and that came out, and me realizing that President of the United States of America, the acronym is POT USA.
Oh.
And being like, that's pretty crazy, bro.
Wow. Wow.
My tiny conspiracy theory wheels were starting to turn.
We had to do it on our own. We didn't have the internet at the time. We had to make these connections and have these epiphanies randomly at different parts of our lives.
Someone hands you a dollar bill and it's like, if you look incredibly close, there's a tiny owl.
It's Illuminati.
Oh my God. The amount of Illuminati things I thought I saw. Crazy.
I didn't know what it was, but I was just like, oh yeah, Illuminati. I agree.
Oh, I don't even think I'd heard of the Illuminati till like 5 years ago.
I had heard the word a bunch and just like out of context was like something's, I guess, creepy about it, but couldn't tell you what it is.
I had something happen to me today that I felt really good about.
Okay.
I was walking Beans and I mean, the level of bad I looked. Like, I was wearing lavender sweatpants,
Nice.
a huge gray Driveway Paradise, like these like huge pink headphones, like I'm a gorilla DJ.
Yeah.
And then just like sunglasses. I mean, Uggs. It was wild. It was really wild. But I was walking Beans and I saw a thing of keys on a lanyard. And it was like fully car key.
Oh no.
Like 4 other keys. And I was like, fuck, that would suck.
Yeah.
So I picked them up and I'm looking around, but there's like 4 Hondas.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be like knocking on doors, right?
Right.
So then I see what the little attached things are, you know, like discounts, grocery stores kind of thing. And there was one for the little local gym that I used to go to with an ID. So I call it thinking I can say, hey, I have this.
Yeah.
Do you want to call this member and give them my number?
Yeah.
But they didn't answer. It was voicemail. And I was like, well, fuck. Oh, damn. And then this frantic blonde woman starts walking down the street. And I just go, are you missing your keys? And she just whips to me and goes, you just saved my life.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah. She was like, where are they? I was like, literally right here. I just called the gym to try to connect, but they didn't answer. And she was just like, you have no idea. Aww. She was like, you just saved my life. I have to go pick up my kids. Like,
that's great.
So anyway, I'm just saying, angels, not all angels have wings.
No.
Not all heroes have capes.
I was in a different universe walking Goose today and learned, I've always wondered this, but got to learn the answer to my question about it. On walks, she really goes nuts for other dogs. If a person's walking by themselves, if a person's walking by themselves, she's pretty chill about it.
Yeah.
She went nuts because there was a child on a leash.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
And I saw from a distance. So she thought,
my God.
We like turned a corner and they're right there and she like didn't see them right away. And I was like, and we were really close to our house, which thank God. And I was like, oh, I've gotten high and wondered about what would happen if she was in
You've had this thought before?
The same vicinity of like if she saw a kid, because she's sometimes kids, they're just smaller, so I can tell her energy freaks out and I take her like in the different direction. But we were just like came up on each other and I just saw her, she started growling and I was like, no, we're going this way. But I also was like laughing because just thinking about in my high brain really wondering if she would think that they were another dog.
Well, I wonder if it's like, if there's some comfort of like, I'm going to try to start a fight because we're both being restrained.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is a safe fight because neither of our owners are going to let us actually interact.
Except for that child, it's a core memory now of fear.
How little was this thing?
This thing was like little. Like, I don't even know age, like 2. And I don't think it even registered because it's like looking up at everything out in the world anyway. And so I like pulled her across the street and was like, no, this is not the time.
Listen, I used to dog, literally. I used to dog on child leashes, but like the way sometimes I'll be walking and I'll just see like a kid who like the balance is all crazy and they're just headed right for the road. Like I had to stop a kid myself a couple months ago because there was like, he was with the nanny and she was older and with the baby, and then the other little fucking drunk toddler is just rode to the road, and I just went in front of it and I said, no, you don't. And I was like, I'm about to be the scary person to stop this kid. But now I'm like,
I kind of get it.
As protective as I am about Beans.
No, that's what's made me kind of come around, especially in this moment too. I'm so glad that this kid wasn't just like free to run up towards her and be like, oh no, it was helpful.
Because I'm like, I'm so crazy that if I had a kid, which I won't, but if I had a kid, I'd full on like NSYNC, no strings attached them. Like I'd have like a leash on every limb and basically walk them down the street like they're Pinocchio.
No, we'd have like one of those mountain climbers do where they harness each other to each other. It'd be a lot like that.
1,000%. Oh my goodness, you guys. Oh, wow. Wowie zowie. We had so much fun on tour. It's still happening, but we wanted to give you a little snippet of one of our live shows. I believe this will be from Tampa.
Probably. And, I hope you enjoy it because off the top of my head, really can't remember anything we talked about.
I talked about flamingos and dominoes. All the top
all
O's.
The O's.
But so we'll give it a little snippet of that. And then, we hope you enjoy. I am not going to lie to you. Taking an edible every once and again is very, very fun. But as you know from stories on this podcast, sometimes I get too high, maybe. And there's nothing worse than being completely high out of your gourd when you did not plan on it, or you're just sitting in a movie. And once you know you eat it, there is no going back. And that's why you can try for a medium high. Hit up your friends at Diet Smoke for delicious Delta 8 THC gummies. So what is Delta 8? It's simply a less potent THC. The THC that you're probably most familiar with is Delta 9. And while both are natural to the cannabis plant, Diet Smoke extracts their Delta 8 from hemp. So some might call this a loophole, but I call it the secret recipe to getting a smooth, stable, and most importantly, legit high, okay? Sometimes it's described somewhere between the chillness of CBD and that classic stone feeling you get with regular weed. But Diet Smoke isn't light, it's just right. It comes in 2 delicious flavors, blue raspberry and watermelon. I prefer blue raspberry, but I say try them both. Each gummy is infused with 10 milligrams of Delta THC derived from American-grown hemp. So Diet Smoke's Delta 8 gummies are low in sugar, fat-free, and delicious, and, legal. So when CBD isn't enough and traditional THC is too much, enjoy the smooth buzz of Diet Smoke. Use promo code WEIRD for 20% off your order. Go to dietsmoke.com and use the promo code WEIRD for 20% off your order. That's dietsmoke.com, promo code WEIRD for 20% off. Diet Smoke's Delta THC gummies are not for use or sale to people under age 21, so please use responsibly.
Thrive Market is an online, membership-based market on a mission to make healthy living easy and affordable for everyone. And guess what? Spoiler alert, they're going to give you 40% off your first order and a free gift worth over $50. I love Thrive Market. Okay, they're organic without overpaying. Shop everything from healthy pantry essentials to sustainable meat and seafood to non-toxic cleaning and beauty products, all delivered right to your door. If you find a price lower elsewhere, they will match it. I just recently put in a whole order for beauty supplies on Thrive Market. My eyes have been sensitive to mascara, and I got some organic mascara on there that I'm loving. You can do it the healthy way. You shop by what you eat and how you live. If you're low sugar, keto, gluten-free, zero waste, any filter by 90 plus values and lifestyles to find what works for you. They have very high quality standards. High quality standards are the standard with Thrive Market. They carefully vet each and every item so you can trust that if it's there, it is the best. And they have 2 types of membership options, monthly or annual. I have recently gotten the annual. Ooh, self-care. These options, everyone can find something that they love, and they are a grocery store that gives back. With Thrive Market, your membership means more for families in need. You join and they donate a membership to a family in need. $4.5 million have been donated in healthy groceries and counting. They're carbon neutral shipping and on a mission to be the first climate positive grocer. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that your regular grocery store can't do that. Now it can when you go to thrivemarket.com/TMGW. If you join today, you get 40% off your first order and a free gift worth over $50. That's THRIVE market.com/TMGW to get 40% off your first order and a free gift worth over $50. One more time, thrivemarket.com/TMGW.
Speaking of communicating.
Yeah. Love it. I'm learning so much more about it as an adult.
I pulled out my phone. I got a little alert while we were doing that thing, and I was like, oh, Chip's probably being like, have a good show, babe. And then I looked down real quick, and I was like, oh, there's a smoochie emoji. I'm like, oh, he's so cute. It's Domino's. It's a push notification from my heat tracker that says it's time for dinner.
Wait,
Bitch, what?
have you? But it's got a pizza emoji and then that lick face emoji. Wait, have you? You didn't order Domino's.
No, this bitch is just sliding into my lock screen.
I don't like when corporations try to act like people. Bothers me.
I mean, okay. Well, Chip, you got competition. We're so happy to be here tonight. I have a story that I feel like is pertinent to Tampa.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I feel like we're in a room with Tampa right now.
Is it Tampons?
Are you guys from Tampa, or do you just come towards Tampa when you need to do anything? Because like I'm not from Philadelphia, but I associate Philadelphia as like the closest
What do they
city.
call them, like
so
assholes?
when Eagles happen, I go crazy. But yeah, Buccaneers, I don't know.
Listen to this. I know y'all love flamingos. I knew it. I bet half of this audience has a flamingo tattoo. Listen to this goddamn story.
Okay.
There was a flamingo.
Oh.
Relax. I haven't said anything.
You're like, no, that's how I feel about stories of flamingos. They seem very vulnerable to begin with.
What do you think I'm gonna say? Like, there's a flamingo who's been kept in a dungeon for 10 years by that Saw guy. No, there's a flamingo that got loose from the Kansas Zoo during a storm in 2005. And that motherfucker has been flying all over for 17 years.
What? They lived that long? That's how.
Hello? I didn't know that either. He has like a tag. He's called 492. Don't Google it. I'm telling you the truth.
No, I'm just Googling how old can flamingos get?
Listen, he escaped in Kansas. He has been spotted because of the little tag in Wisconsin, Louisiana, and then last week he was spotted in Texas.
Wait, so this is like freaking Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah.
But a
Carmen
flamingo.
Flamingo. That little.
Should we contact Nickelodeon and make a new game show?
No, I've been thinking it's a Pixar movie, man.
Wait,
like
so
flamingo is a very gay bird, right? And you're in Middle America.
Like it decides I don't need two legs. Here's my question to you then.
Okay.
Hypothetical. Not even a could ya, but just would ya?
Would I?
If you saw this flamingo just out doing its thing,
Seen it on one leg and shit.
would you gather it in some way? I don't know how you get a flamingo to like bring it back to its habitat, but it also seems like it's far past being in a habitat.
He's having a good time.
You know what?
I don't want, like, if I needed to trap it, I'd for sure put down something sticky.
Yeah.
But you know, his legs look very brittle.
You put down fly paper.
Just a little bit of tar
to walk over.
Just walk over and like a little bit of tar. No, I think this flamingo we should take as an inspiration. That flamingo has seen more places in America than most Americans.
Yeah, it's what's that book? On the Road.
You're bringing up Jack Kerouac right now?
It's going to be Gilbert, Eat, Pray, Love, or Jack Kerouac that this flamingo's going through it right now.
Anyway, if you see a movie announced where there's a flamingo starring in an animated film, they ripped me off. Just so you know, this is what I'm considering intellectual property right now.
Also, flamingos' average age, 20 to 30 years. Some live for 50 years. Yeah, this is the most educational show Europe will come to here in Tampa.
You're telling me possums get 1.5 years and flamingos get 50 fucking years?
Wow.
God is cruel.
We're being pranked. Well, this doesn't have to deal with flamingos, but...
That's a shame.
I know. And now I'm so bothered that I don't know more about that species. This is about Mike Tyson.
Well, he has pigeons.
What?
He has pigeons, homing pigeons. He trains homing pigeons. We're on a bird trip, y'all.
He's also got problems. because follow up to a story we talked about on the podcast earlier, he's got these ear-shaped gummies. Yeah, with the bite mark out of them. I mean, truly incredible marketing. He cannot sell them in Colorado. Yes, state law prohibits marijuana edibles from being shaped like humans. Shaped like humans, animals, fruit, or other images that could attract children. That's the statement. And I don't know how a little candy with looks like an ear with a bite out of it is gonna attract children.
But like, listen, if you have gummies, you're always gonna run the risk. If I was a kid and I saw
the risk of what?
It doesn't matter what the shape is.
Oh, I know, yeah.
If I was a kid and I saw a gummy that like looked like a knife, I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah.
Gummies be gumming, man. You can't, it doesn't matter what the shape is.
Yeah, it's true. God, I had a very, very vivid scene of that for you as a child.
Shit was wild.
Yeah, they're appealing to adults, knowing that adults have child palates, so they're just making so much candy that's edible.
It's also a bold move to make a gummy that also already looks like there's a bite out of it.
That's what I mean.
I'd be pissed.
That they're worried that children are going to be so into this. But hey, Mike Tyson deserves a break, I guess.
Okay, here's one other little story I'll say. Have you heard?
Probably not.
The bird is the word. I'm just kidding. Have you heard this story about Jared Leto on the set of Morbius?
No. What is he doing now, and how does he have the time to do this many shenanigans all the time?
He's in this movie Morbius. I think he's like a vampire or some bats, kind of like birds. Hold on, I just got a text from my dog walker.
Oh, not Mary, not Mary. It's not
a
Mary.
new one.
It's not Mary. Mary,
Beans just woke up energized. Yeah!
Look at that stretch. Look at that stretch.
Oh, walk it out, Beans, walk it out. Actually, fuck this story. That got weird. Okay, that's all I need. Never mind. I'll talk about it.
I'm glad to know that Beans is doing great right now.
She's fantastic. I got a text from her. Thank you. I got a text from her yesterday that said, Beans treated me to a an intensive hand licking session yesterday. Weird, but always charming.
Wait, okay, so this is what I'm weirded out about. You told me this in our cab from the airport to the hotel. Like, I knew this was something that Beans did, and you acted it out. She grabs my hand and goes, and you did it so casually in the back of this Uber, and I was just looking at you being like, I don't know anything about any of this.
And the Uber driver was like, who's Beans? We do.
Look, we all do. She's kind of a bitch.
Thank you, bitch.
Wow, yes.
For those of you who aren't familiar, Beans is my 5-pound hairless, toothless dog.
Yeah.
Who basically will take your hand. If you've ever Googled seduction on a porn site.
Wait, Google what?
Seduction.
How do I spell that?
She gets in there.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, when it gets to Florida.
And you wonder why we could be tired.
Exactly.
Just being like, rah, rah, rah.
Oh, my God. Well, this got weird.
Mm-hmm.